selamat datang, and welcome to the next video in the Dumpling That Almost Broke Me series. And here you see a successful result. We'll get into the details as you come to it, but yes, there was success from this experiment after all. Yes, and so watch along and let's get into it with all the successful results after having endured the torture from the last video. Thank you very much for going through and staying through that. My wife still reminds me of that failure, but yes, here are some successful options and successful shortcuts that you can use as well. So I've got a type of pizza dough called Pfannkuchen dough, and in Europe or where we are, this is a very thin or thinner type of pizza dough. So I'm just going to do a simple test. I'm making a weird little dumpling with it. And as you can see, it's still quite thin, so I'm quite hopeful that it will dumpling. And yeah, I'm just going to wrap. I'll make one more, maybe a thin one. And yes, if you can tell, I'm actually stealing some dough from one of my other recipes, or recipe videos. Try and see if you can tell which one it is. But I guess this little mixture that I'm used as a makeshift dumpling filling is going to give it away. So I've got 2 of this. I'm just going to test it, and then I'll show you how it turns out. I'm boiling water, so let's just put it in there. So the dough's been cooking in the boiled water, and you can generally see it didn't stick and none of it's come out, so I would say this dough generally looks good. I mean, you can see the end result. Yeah, it's almost still translucent, so yeah, maybe it's a bit thick because I rolled it, I wrapped it too thick, but now let's see. Yeah, it's dumpling, right? It's a bit thick, like I said, because I wrapped it a bit thick. But when needed, pizza dough, or in this case Pfannkuchen dough, which is a thinner one, as I reminded, will work. So yes, a good dumpling wrapper if you need one. So I've just taken a new sheet, and very interesting is after soaking them for roughly more or less in the region of 1 to 2 hours, I was able to roll it out a bit. So maybe I can fix some of that issue with the thickness. And I was quite surprised because I've never expected that I could roll or re-roll lasagna sheets after they've been processed. So that was a very interesting experience for me. So I'm just going to wrap it up like this and hope that it will stick while I try and see if I can fix any obvious non-stickiness later. Excuse me. I'm going to try and do 2, so I've got 2, and then obviously, as I said, I did a bit of rolling already, but yeah, I'm surprised, like, you can roll it out a bit more. So once the lasagna sheets have been hydrated sufficiently, it really appears that they can be rolled again. So this could be something worth thinking about in the future, at least for me. I mean, I have plenty of ideas now with this, but yeah, something to think about. But yeah, so I'm gonna go try and patch up the holes to make sure they don't leak. That's still the main issue. And then I'm going to ball this up, and then we'll come and do a quick conclusion. So unfortunately the seam's open, but I discovered that if I just cook it in the microwave, it cooks faster, and then I don't have that issue with the breaking open. So microwave could be one option, but yeah, let's see the results. So in conclusion, my son especially liked it so much, he asked for more. So I made up a whole bunch with the leftover filling that I still had. And yeah, you can see some open ones. I made it in the end like a spring roll, so that kind of worked. Yeah, and you definitely can stretch it just a little tad bit. I don't know, I've got mixed feelings about it. On one hand, it definitely works. Yeah, you need some work on it, which kind of beats the whole purpose, but not that much. It's just a bit of stretching and then it works. But the gluing of it is still a concern. You could use some flour as a glue to close it. In the end, I went with the spring roll way, as you can see here, and that kind of helped. But this is only putting in the microwave, 3 minutes, and it's done. Yeah, so it didn't even need to be boiled. Yeah, it's totally easy. So let's try another option. And today I've got some dumpling filling that I made from mushroom that I blended up. That's why the color looks a bit interesting. Together with carrots, celery. This is basically a vegetarian dumpling, and I've got my pan heated up that I'm getting ready to cook. I should probably get some dumpling skins ready. Well, not I call it dumpling, but it's basically lasagna skins. So I'm going to get some ready. Here's one that I'm just going to try and get ready for this already. I'm just going to, I was thinking whether I should roll it up, but generally it's quite thin still already. Maybe I can roll it up a bit. Going from my previous experiences, yeah, rolling up may make a slight difference. So, yeah, if anything, it's just to thin it out a bit more. But in any case, I'm just going to start cooking. I've got dumpling filling waiting, so let's roll out some dumplings. Some filling. I'm just going to cook on the pan. Yeah, I would normally just roll it up, yeah, in a ball shape kind of thing, but I suspect it will not stick so much. So yeah, we're just going to go it like that, and yeah, I'm just going to put it out. So I'm just going to put a couple out here first, then I'm just going to cover it. Let's see how many we're going to put. 3. Yeah, I don't know how big I'm supposed to make them because I'm still trying to determine how big this is going to be. But yeah, let's try it. So yeah, a little bit here and there. It's going. I presume there will be some overlaps. So that's one thing to keep an eye. Okay, and I'm just going to go quickly. Just going to lay it on like so. And I'm just going to go grab a bunch of others that I can also lay it on like that. Yeah, just using the water as some sort of washing thing. So I'm just going to put it up. Yeah, I forgot to mention that the lasagna skin that I'm using as dumpling skins here, they've been sitting around soaking in the water for almost the better part of 1 hour. But 45 minutes is more or less enough to get them softened enough, or soft enough. So yeah, 45 minutes is generally enough already. So you don't need to overdo it with that. 45 minutes and it should work. So I'm just going to do the last one, to cover the last one. As you can see already, some of them are already looking reasonably good. So I'm just going to go with this. And that's it, that's done. I don't think we need to put much water to, but maybe I should just add a small layer of water at the bottom, just so it will steam out the whole thing. Yep. So they've been cooking for the better part about 10 minutes, and as you can see, a bunch of them are ready to come out. Yeah, again, probably not the best pan choice. I should maybe have used the non-stick pan. Yeah, I burned myself a bit, but yeah, so generally, yeah, it comes out, but I may have missed a bit of the non-stick. Well, yeah, the ease is probably not as easy as using it on a non-stick pan. So maybe one thing to consider when cooking this is try and do it on a non-stick pan. So I've got a new one that I'm cooking. As you can see, it's inside, and this one I was actually putting some vinegar on, and as you can see, removing it, yeah, obviously it comes out a bit, but yeah, I mean, we treat it like a mix between like an upside down tortilla. I think it will work. Don't know if you heard. Yeah, of course, as you can see, the skin is not thin. And for sure you can roll it out, just like we've done previously. And it works in a pinch. Of course, as I said, there are some trade-offs. So as I also mentioned, you should probably use a non-stick pan for the best way to do this. Rolling out the dough will make a better difference. I'm thinking I should use something else, but I suspect because with the steaming method, I don't think, besides using wonton wrappers, I think this is the best already. But in terms of convenience, I can't think of anything more convenient than this if you don't have wonton wrappers like me, which I don't have right now. We're going to try something else today, and I've got meatballs that I'm just going to half. And this time, instead of using lasagna, I'm going to use filio dough. And I have learned from my mistake, and I will use a non-stick pan this time as well. So I'm just cutting up these meatballs because I'm too lazy to make new stuffing, and I just want to test this approach to see if it works, or if to see if anything needs to be done. But yeah, so I'm going to start this. Pans up. I'm using a non-stick, and I'm going to put some vegetables over the meatballs, like so. So I'm just going to do it like that. And now I've got the dough. I'm just going to place it, wrapping like so. Let's see if it works. Now I'm closing it up. I need to put some water. Just a bit. Just steam it up. Let me just cover it and then I'll come back. And so it's been in there for a couple of minutes already. So let's at least take some out and see what happens. Yeah, generally not everything adhered because some of them was a bit too loosely packed, so I guess you need to find a way to stick it better. But yeah, I mean, I don't see an issue. Generally it looks okay. I guess, yeah, it's hot. In fact, yeah, I'll just take out the whole thing. Oops, don't mind. Yeah, like I said, whoopsie, you lose some skin as well. But yeah, I think it does what it does, and you can hear it is crunchy. Oops, yeah, so there's that. Let's try it and see what happens. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Obviously, the adherence part needs some work. But apart from that, yeah, as a dough, it works for sure. I mean, yeah, there's some issues to consider, but I'm going to call this a win. In fact, it's probably the closest I've had on any of the other options that we've tried so far. So I would say, yeah, I would say this will be something to consider. Of course, if you have access to spring roll or even wonton wrappers, those are the best. But you know, I don't have access to that, so this is why I'm looking at these options. And yeah, I can already imagine the comment section. But yeah, you work with what you have. So, and this unfortunately is what I have. So I'm working with that. So I'll make a new batch, and but I think the conclusion is quite straightforward. You can see the result, and I would say, yeah, definitely works. You have to work around making sure the dumpling adheres. Of course, if the meat or the stuffing that you're using is fresh and raw, then of course I'm more confident it'll adhere even better. But I'm just doing a small proof of concept. Yeah, maybe we can come back to this, and I can revisit this with fresh dough, or sorry, not fresh dough, fresh stuffing. But yeah, I'm calling it a win purely because I'm limited on what I have, which is stuffing, and I didn't want to take the risk of it not working. That's why you only see me doing it with ready-made meatballs. But I would say it works. If you have if you have fresh meat for fresh stuffing, like I was doing it previously with the lasagna, then filio is superior to lasagna for sure, and the adherence issue should go away. So maybe I'll do one more test since I have more filio dough with fresh stuffing. But yeah, I am quite confident it will work looking at this result. So let's go to that and to the next. That concludes today's video. Thank you for watching and for following this. And yeah, I hope it was interesting for you. And thanks for going along the journey with me. Like, subscribe, share as always, comment if you like, and I'll see you in the next video.